Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. It is E3. It is Monday evening, and a day we do not traditionally record this show, which I'm not going to say the name of yet. But we are going to do more episodes this week, one a day, in fact, and this should air on Tuesday, June 10th, the first day of E3. I hope you guys had a wonderful first day. Without further ado, let's all go to the trailers. My name is Brandon Jones. I am joined by Mr. Daniel Bloodworth.
Hey.
And Mr. Kyle Bosman.
Monday evening is kind, by the way, for how late it is right now.
Yeah, it's pretty late. We haven't gotten a lot of sleep. I apologize for maybe yawns I will try to cut out and us just making delirious statements. Lots of trailers to talk about this week, so we're going to change things up in the format a little bit. Usually we talk about 3 trailers prominently and then 3 trailers just kind of suggestively. We're just going to cover 3 total. I really wanted to be creative about the first 3, but I ended up just picking maybe not my favorite 3, but definitely what I thought were 3 of not only big announcements, but also technically awesome trailers. So without further ado, let's watch them. I really like this Assassin's trailer.
Oh, yeah?
It kind of goes against one of my trailer rules, which I have a problem with, which is I'm not a huge fan when they take a popular song and throw it into this, but...
well, especially if
it's Tears for Fears.
It's like a cover, yeah.
I made my episode of Tears for Fears with Mad World.
Oh,
it was
right.
like, curse you, Gears, for doing it. And then this really, rang true with me for this trailer. I got really excited watching this.
Lord's legit.
It just really fits, and I think the trailer actually suggests a lot of cool things about the gameplay. I find it interesting that the trailer, and a lot of times what Ubisoft shows at E3 for Assassins, is kind of divided. It's like when they brought 3, it was like, here's 3, here's the Revolution, but here's also some boat stuff. And this year, Ubisoft was like, Assassin's Creed Unity is co-op. That is the main thing that we are doing in this game. Yes, there's the time period, yes, like drink up the style and the Revolution and guillotines and all of that. But the gameplay that they showed, this trailer, everything really pushed that that co-op. And right from the moment when this guy pops out from the top of the rooftop to when they go in and just take out so many people. It's not like the 3 trailer in Revolution where he's just hunting after one guy. Like, they kill like 100 people in this trailer. Just a very exciting trailer, cut really well. It was like the Revolutions trailer, which just hits those beats really, really well with the song. I'll stop talking. What do you think, Kyle?
I loved actually this part we just saw, where you see the long line of rioters and then just this empty void where they're clearly starting to die from the rifle fire. It's impactful. I really like that. To me, I think that, the time period is actually huge for what this is. This is cool. I think everybody wants to play in this time period, which is exciting about this.
And it's not unrealistic. It's not like you look at that group of hundreds of people and you're like, well, that's not what the game looks like. That is exactly what the game looks like. Obviously, to that, the textures don't look that good, but...
yeah, I mean, I think, this didn't stick in my mind as much as some of the gameplay. But it's crazy how much density they have in the crowds now. And then I think another thing I thought was interesting is they kind of touched on this in 3 and 4, but just how much more interior.
Oh, yes.
Time just going into buildings. Yeah, like right here. Going into buildings, doing a fight or whatever, and then, hopping out. But there's more space. You can actually move around in the building. It's not just like a shortcut like it was in 3. And
this is the first Assassin's trailer that has this classic... Revolution's kind of broke stride a little bit, but has this classic, you start with him in a crowd, and then he gets in a big fight, and then he finds his target at the end, kills him. And this, they don't. They leave him. They leave him for the crowd to take.
Oh, yeah.
And so I almost feel like they're trying to be like, this is what we were trying to do with 3, to really give you that sense of you're starting a revolution. Like, you are responsible. They will not speak of you, when they write the history books, but you're not doing this to be famous. And they just edited the hell out of this trailer. The cut is really great.
Yeah.
I know we were listening to it without sound, but just that pop when the first assassin goes, the little speed ramp, he goes flying off of the building.
I think it's a great music choice.
This is absolutely terrible, though.
Yeah.
They have a slot machine pre-roll, Kyle. This must be like acid on your eyeballs.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't roll that in the press conference, did they?
Of course not.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, and box art shows 4 dudes. It's a Unity. It's just the name itself is very clearly, hey, this is going to be a multiplayer game.
Yeah, which I don't think that they really explained how that works. You saw them doing it, but it's like, okay, do I start co-op missions? Am I in my game and I call for buddies to come in? Like,
to me, it felt very organic because he did. In that one gameplay that they showed in the press conference, he does the whole thing by himself and then just brings in the other guys at the end. So I got the sense that like they just logged on. I mean, it was obviously canned and rehearsed or
right,
predetermined to make a good demo, but
I kind of feel like if you were just playing your game and like other guys showed up, like you would start fighting over who gets to do what. You wouldn't be coordinated in any way whatsoever.
I mean, it's like Rainbow Six. That's the challenge. Is like, can you actually do something? All the people that I know that plays Assassin's Creed will take this extremely seriously when I play with them. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that. I wasn't, and this is the funny thing, I'm a huge fan of the end of the 18th century. I love this time period. I even like Les Miserables, like the musical and the book. Like, there's so much I love about this style, and yet I wasn't really excited for Unity. The teaser was kind of
The real bad teaser.
But I like the teaser now. I think it was smart. I'm not saying it was a good teaser, but I like the setup that they did. They were just like, style, guillotine, C-83, and then kapow. Like, we got this amazing trailer. Assassins, when I was heading back on the 10 freeway, coming back to the GameTrailers offices and just kind of rattling around in my head all the stuff I saw at E3, Assassins really bubbled to the surface.
Stuck with you, huh?
Because it surprised me. Not because I thought it just owned everything else, but because I was not expecting it to be
I don't know what's going on with the rooftops shattering, though. That, like, is they getting hit with cannon fire?
Yeah, I think there's definite cannon fire hitting this castle wall.
Teasing some
Yeah, I mean,
environmental
maybe it's,
destruction.
again, because we're watching it without sound, because now, like, without sound, it just seems so random. Like, oh, the rooftop just blew up.
So yeah, Kyle, I'm terrified what our scores are going to be this week. I'm so loopy.
They're gonna be messy.
So again, I based everything on the 9.2 I gave Witcher.
Sure.
3. What would you, just out of curiosity, what would you give Witcher 3? Blood, because you're a big Witcher fan.
Oh,
just the trailer. Just the trailer.
The trailer itself, yeah,
100-point scale.
Yeah, I would have probably given it like a high 8.
Wow, that would have been.
Okay.
I mean, because I mean, it's a weird trailer because number one, like, again, we were talking about, like, it felt like it was caught a little bit too quick. Like, you never really got a good meaty glimpse of gameplay anywhere, and then it had those weird dumb words thrown in the middle, and then the best parts about that, the most tantalizing parts about that trailer, they didn't sink in and get to me until somebody confirmed who those characters were.
Yeah.
And once I knew who they were, and because I've read the first in the, like, serial part of the books, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I really want to see where this is going now. So it was less about the trailer itself, and it was more about, like, what all of this means. These little hints they threw in here and there once you, like, stop and look at every shot.
I think it's dead even. Maybe I'm just tired, but I would give this a 9.2. The same thing as Witcher. I think Witcher excels because it's gameplay, and that's the clear advantage that this has over it. But this is such a damn exciting piece of media. Mm-hmm. I just love watching it. It really stirred me at the time. Maybe it was just that press conference excitement. Yeah, I put it about the same.
No, I don't think it is just that. I think it sets out to say what's new about this game and what's cool about this game. And it shows you a really cool location, and it shows you why it would be cool to play as 4 different assassins. It demonstrates it. Even though it's CG, it's demonstrating its concept, and I think that's a really important reason why it's a good trailer. So I'd probably give it a 9. However, negative 0.45 points for that pre-order bonus. So 8.5 final score.
What do you think, Blood?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably more in the 8.5, I guess, as well. I mean, I think it's well made, but I think part of it, we've seen so many Assassin's trailers that, like, even a really well made Assassin's trailer feels like I've been there before.
The bar is high.
Yeah, so it's tough. And then, yeah, this song, I think once I, like, recognized the song, then it took me out. Before I recognized the song, I was fine with it.
That's funny. That's really interesting, actually.
But I think one of the things that makes the song okay with me was, like, in Gears, the Tears for Fears doesn't belong in that world, Whereas, like, in this game, it's a modern song with a twist on it, but, like, the modern age, present day, is very much a part of the Assassin's Creed world. Like,
sure.
This could be on the iPod of the guy who's controlling these people,
right,
who's playing it through the Animus. So,
and thematically, good choice.
Yeah, it just has a somber, really, you kind of just get that downtrodden feel. And again, they did the demo later, and I'll be damned if it didn't look like exactly like this. It was a really good-looking game. So, all right, moving on. This trailer's a little lengthy. This is for The Division. We've seen a lot of The Division. Again, like Assassins, I like this trailer clarifying some stuff for me. Because when we first saw The Division, granted, I didn't really read up on it a lot, but they were like, apocalypse, New York, yada yada. And I'm like, well, no, what happened? Like, how? And they said, yeah, we kind of based it on, what is it, the White Winter or Dark Winter? or something. This
the
thing that was built by the government or built by the CIA that determines like what would happen in the event of an apocalypse or the event of a complete financial collapse. And it is cool to think of a apocalypse that's not like, well, aliens or, you know, Locust or, you know, the asteroid hit or Transformers, but just money. You know, just the society collapsed. You know, people ran out of food, ran out of money, and started going to war against each other. And this terrible thing happened. And they outright explain the whole invisible thing at the end. They actually say, like, why we don't actually see these people.
Yeah, that was really strange. The whole residual technological ghosting or whatever from cameras and cell phones and stuff. Yeah, like how it actually has a specific moment in time from all of that.
You can't just slap this together. All these elements, all these little bits, you know, going frame by frame.
There's a
and
lot
actually
of
realizing like what happens. You know, like especially with blood on the window at the end. It's like, oh god, you know, to be gory without specifically seeing something. All the pills and the alcohol, broken glass. It's just great. You can go back and watch. This might be my favorite from the show. There's just so much going on, and it does kind of have the whiff of that like Dead Island trickery, where it's like, oh, you're just doing a slow-mo thing to get me emotionally involved in this, or you're just doing some weird trick. But like, what a great trick! What a cool effect to be moving slowly in a gorgeous shot, and yet have this really disquieting, steady, you know, shaking of like this environment into different states of time with no people in it, you know.
Yeah.
And then have it end with these characters coming in. Kyle, what do you
Yeah,
think?
wow, I'm in awe of this. I think it's genius. I think it does so much to tell stories with only visuals. And that's so hard to do. There are just so many tiny details, and you just see the escalation to get to this point. It's like, this is a good trailer. You know, and you know, a good trailer should sell a game well. And I'm not sure it sells a game well, but it just tells a story like few other trailers can. It's impactful.
Just realized I'm giving Ubisoft 2 nods here. Sorry, it was not intentional.
Ubisoft brought it with trailers.
They're great,
Ubisoft just put it like...
Well, their press conferences think is a lot about trailers. And actually, there's a lot... gameplay really won out this E3. Last year we had more trailers than gameplay. This year we had more gameplay than trailers. What do you think, Blood?
Yeah, you know, I feel like when this actually was airing, I didn't get a good enough chance to look at it. I really am impressed with the whole time-lapse mechanic as everything is kind of put on. Like, you even see, like, individual trash bags and candles melting and things like that. And then...
this new enemy who we haven't seen in any of the gameplay so far.
Yeah, it's got like, a firefighter suit on and his
they've got some
flamethrower and everything.
garbage truck buddies.
One of the things I really like about The Walking Dead, I know there's no zombies in this, not to bring zombies into everything, but the comic really explores the concept that, like, in the zombie apocalypse, zombies are the last things you have to worry about. You have to worry about other people. It's not like the Jets and the Sharks, where it's like, you're wearing red and we're wearing blue. It's like, how would you ever tell an enemy? How would you know who the bad guys are?
Yeah.
You know, in this world, and why would you fight? What's the point? You know, of trying to salvage something. And I think it's a little bit sappy, kind of like Assassins can, where he's like, I'm going to put the world back together, man. He has a line, something to that effect at the end of this.
Take back New York is the final message we see.
But again, I just want to do one more loop of just this time-lapse stuff, which is so clever.
Yeah.
Have we seen this before? I know we've done the reverse, or like we'll take little bits of something and show you something else while you're trying to piece this thing together. But specifically, all these objects moving around, I can't really remember a game trailer that did
Well, I think the thing that's and maybe to me it makes it a little bit harder to follow exactly what they're doing, is it's moving through so many different scenes, you know, and I think that's what, like, a lot of times when you see this, like you were saying, Dead Island, it was one scene, you know, and with this, you know, it's like you see all of these different scenes, and then like here with the bed, like you see that, like, there's somebody in the bed, but you still can't see the person. When you go later to the snow, you can see somebody walking through the snow in their footprints, but you don't see the person. So it's interesting how, like, they're showing the effects of people that are in this space, but without showing the people themselves. And
so sad, man.
Everything's shifting around here.
We just want Valiant Hearts in the stream. It's like, what a depressing E3 we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next one, Uncharted's going to be next. And, like, Drake doesn't look like he's doing good either. Oh, no. I would give this a 9.3. Again, I'm just totally warped by the 9.2. I just want to put everything 1 or 2 points higher or lower than that.
I think this trailer is basically, until we get out here, like a really nice, just beautiful work of art. Then unfortunately it becomes like, okay, so now you get to see where the cover-based shooter comes in, and you see them like open doors and prop up their guns on garbage boxes, and so yeah, then it becomes like the like a justification of like, okay, and now this is where our game comes in. Now this is where you start shooting guns, and that makes it a little less interesting to me actually. Which is wrong, I realize. 8.3.
I'm kind of in the middle of those, so I guess I'll go with a flat 9, I suppose. Because yeah, I do get less interested. Like, I don't feel a whole lot to be interested in these characters, especially, this guy that's supposedly the protagonist. I don't know, it's like, am I supposed to relate to this guy, or what's up with him? I'm more interested with these, crazy guys with the gas mask, but at the same time, they're sort of stereotypical enemies in a way too. It's like, that you can see whether they've adapted from their environment, but like whenever you kind of take the face off an enemy, then it kind of, you kind of lose that identity a little bit.
Yeah, I never thought of him as like the quote-unquote protagonist. I thought he was just like a guy, that kind of looks up. And then it wasn't, so, that like I'm super important. It's just that like I'm the person with the will, the power, the gun power, to actually do something about this, to help you and to stop these people. Because I can. And you'd think it's like, screw this, we'll all kill ourselves because why live? But it's like, no, I'm going to live to stop this guy.
Yeah.
Again, I'm so tired, so I could wake up tomorrow and be like, these are all cheesy bullshit. What am I talking about?
Right. But like, even the guy that's kind of on the ground, like to me, he seems like a more interesting, more defined character. I don't know. I guess, this lead dude, he looks sort of more, more plain to me.
I think his is the house where we watched all the whole time.
No one lives in that house. Guy killed himself. That's what I thought.
Oh.
That last blood was that like, so they had a child. She contracted the disease that killed all these people.
Yeah.
And she died, and he couldn't take it anymore. The wife left, and he just barricaded himself in the house and shot himself.
Dang,
but
dude.
Again, you got to piece that together
from
from that story. So we all got our scores. Let's move on. Thankfully, I will pick a short trailer to wrap up the show. A very short trailer. Uncharted, the very last thing we saw from all of the press conferences.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness is right.
The trailer that lost my bet.
What bet did you lose?
I bet that Uncharted was going to be out in early October.
Oh. lots of games coming out in October, actually. That was like the popular release date month. So smart to start right on his face. You get the sand, the wound, the bug, his hair, the water. Really, really close on that water, and like all the little grains of sand and the weapon, and I played Uncharted 1, I did play 2 and 3, so I don't know where 3 left off. So I don't know the impact that this has.
The way the Uncharted games are, I don't know that it even matters.
Well, yeah, to me, every Uncharted trailer is...
They have these big gaps of time.
I got this idea, and Sully's like, okay, let's go. But the reason why I really like this is I think this kind of... There's a twist on that. You can really sense the trepidation in Sully's voice, and it's interesting to match the anticipation of a game announcement like this with the him just being beat, and the whole idea of the it's Uncharted 4, but I guess it's I guess they're stopping Uncharted after this. It's called the Thief's End.
Sure.
Okay, one last time. They really try to push that.
We'll see where Naughty Dog goes, but I think there is a sense that they're, they've got enough cred under their belt, or enough distinctions that is like, what, we made Uncharted, we made Last of Us, we can make something else. We don't have to hang on so tightly to a cash cow that we can end something. Like we'll cap off the story and move on.
To draw a comparison, Kyle, it's interesting to compare this and the trailer for The Hunt, which also had a similar look at this environment. Okay, you got your weapon, now go. And you made a comment when we were watching Hunt that it was like, you're supposed to want to just jump in there and get going.
Yeah.
And just I do get that from this. I'm ready to grab a controller. Let's do it. All I got is one pistol and one bullet. Let's do it.
You don't know how bad I wanted the gameplay to start. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. That is it. It gets you amped. So you got a wedding band right now?
Yeah.
Drake got married?
I saw a tweet that someone said he is quote unquote still married. So I guess he got married in 3, or...
And that's like part of his weird history. Oh,
or something. Again, I didn't play 3, so I don't know how it wrapped up. But I know
did, and I don't remember him getting married.
But I know, yeah. I think they did a dynamo job. I think it's real short and kind of more of a tech demo, and I like the reveal. God, everything is so similar. I'm sorry, everyone. I mean, the score doesn't really matter on the show anyway. This is all entertainment. I give this a 9.1.
Nice. You know what was really interesting, Brandon, was when you said it's really smart to start on its face. I don't think there are a ton of video game characters that are humans where you could just start on their face and know who that is that zoomed in.
Well, we saw Naughty Dog in the conference, so
You're right.
We had that set up.
But that's weird. It's weird that Nathan Drake has a face. I mean, I guess all video game characters will as we go forward. They need that distinct face. Guy from Division, not a distinct face.
No, yeah.
You know what? It's like patient. It's like it knows what rides on every little second of it, and you know it's paced as such. 9.3.
I mean, I definitely would have liked some more of it. But yeah, it's for a tease. I think it's pretty good, especially for being something that's in engine. It's like if they manage to pull this off, just geez, man.
Yeah.
Then sure, just show us this tease of what we're gonna be looking at. 9.2, I guess.
And again, what we were talking about with Hunt, where you start on the crypt and move out, you start really close in his face and then keep going out and out and out and out.
Yeah.
To get that scale. It's just the only bummer is you just want it to keep going. Yeah, it sucks. Trailers at some point always have to end.
No, I mean that's a good thing for a trailer, for that you want to keep going.
Speaking of ending, we're going to wrap it up. I'm not going to do a cutesy little montage. I'm just going to end this damn show.
Nice.
We are going to have tons more episodes. If you guys want more Let's All Go to the Trailers, we will be back tomorrow, which will be Wednesday to you, with 3 other completely random trailers. Maybe they were from press conferences. Maybe they just popped up on the show floor. Maybe they came from some other crazy place. But we're going to talk about more stuff. Thank you, Blood. I think Mr. Stevens is going to be rejoining us again for the next episode, but thank you for filling in.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for watching us. I hope you have a marvelous E3, and we'll see you soon.